Hello and welcome back to Chat with Hereward, the show where we sit down with some of the biggest characters, stories and personalities from the worlds that we love. Now, today is a proper treat. Our first guest is a man who spent decades flipping cars, hunting bargains and proving that every vehicle has potential if you know where to look. You'll know him from World Cars, Deals on Wheels, and Wheel Dealers, to name a few. Basically, if there's a deal to be done, he's probably already done it. It's Mike Brewer.
Nice to meet you, Nathan. Thank you very much.
But today isn't just a one-man show, because joining him is someone who's become a star in her own right. She's brought a fresh dynamic and plenty of straight talk to Born Dealer. And together they've shown what it's really like to live and breathe the dealer life. Please also welcome Michelle Brewer.
Nice to meet you.
So, I'm your host Nathan, and today we'll be chatting cars, TV, behind the scenes, and probably a few confessions along the way. So settle down and let's get into it. So, let's start right at the beginning. How old were you when you first realised you had an interest in cars?
For me, Nathan, I was a very young man, so I was born into a car-loving family. So from a very early age, there's actually a picture of me that's out there in the wider world as a 3 or 4 year old kid sitting on the bonnet of a Morris, a little Morris van. And I can remember very early on, I realised that we were children from a very poor background, and a car could give my family escapism. It meant that we could travel and be away from our poor background. We could be at the seaside. Yeah. So a car became a thing of pleasure very early on for me.
And Michelle, what was it the same for you, or did that come with Mike?
No, I always had a passion for cars and trying to get somewhere. Yeah. I saved all my money and bought my first car. Yeah. Worked hard.
So, growing up, what were your dream jobs? Did either of you imagine cars and TV would end up being such a big part of your life?
No, not at all. Growing up, I'm the youngest of 6, so I had 5 brothers and sisters and mum and dad, and every single one of them were in the print business. So my dad printed record sleeves, and my mother and my siblings, my brothers and sisters, all worked at IPC magazine, so we were very much in the print business. But one of the magazines that we were printing in that business happened to be Motor magazine. So in the building where I worked as a postboy, I constantly see all these nice BMWs being delivered and Jaguars being delivered, and I get a free copy of the magazine each week. So I sort of just become more and more obsessed with cars. So I never thought that my obsession with cars and my love of cars would one day translate into me being on TV for 30 years, now with my wife together on TV, and we're sharing our passion and our love for cars and a deal with a worldwide audience. I never thought that would happen, but I'm very pleased it did.
And how about you, Michelle? Did you see yourself going to the car world, or did you just find yourself in it? Yeah, there you go.
That's what you were going to be.
Was I?
I don't know. You were drawing big beans, weren't you, in college?
No, yeah, I went to college and studied fashion and interior design, but wasn't very good at technical drawing. So then I left that world, and I told my dad, who nearly passed out because he wanted me to be at college, and I went and got a job as a tea lady in the back door in advertising in London, and came out the front door running a £12 million account.
There you go.
Not qualified. See? So where there's a will, there's a way.
There you go. So following on from that, can I ask about how you both met?
That's a story.
That is a good story. This is one for...
how I changed his life.
Well, how I changed her life.
No, he's had an adventure since
Yeah, we met. I had was running a car site in South London. Both me and Michelle, is a little thing between us that a lot of people won't know, is we're both born in the same hospital. We're both from the same town. We've probably known each other all our lives, technically, because we live just a few streets away from each other. So we were inexorably drawn together. And when I was running a car site in Brixton in South London, Michelle was living in Brixton, and she was running a shop. And when she was running the shop, she came to my business to try and sell me something from that shop. And as soon as I met Michelle for the first time, I fell in love. It was literally love at first sight. Who wouldn't? And I fell in love at first sight. And
I didn't.
No, she did, unfortunately.
I wasn't interested.
And then I pursued Michelle for several months. It's too long a story, but I pursued Michelle for several months until Michelle had an epiphany and thought, oh, he's actually a really nice guy. And she gave me a second chance.
Yes, I tell him how?
No.
Why?
She
That's
just
the
gave
whole point.
And she gave me a chance.
No,
and
that's the whole point of the story.
Well, not really.
It is. I'll tell you what happened. I was now not selling shirts and working in a boutique. I'm now fruit and veg. So it's a busy Saturday afternoon. We hadn't kissed or had any hanky-panky.
Oh.
Okay, if you understand that.
We still haven't, by the way.
No, we still haven't. That's why he's still here.
There's no watershed on this.
Oh, right, that's okay. So I phoned Michael up and said, I need to ask you a question now. So he said, it's Saturday afternoon, it's really busy. So he managed to find 5 minutes. He came up. I sat in his car and I went, I need to ask you one question. And he looked at me and I went, it's 24 hours a day. Take it or leave it. What do you want to do? And he looked at me like I was from outer space, drove off, and the following Friday I moved in, still no kissing or hanky-panky, and that was 36 years ago.
It was a long time ago, and we're still together.
Here.
And the rest is history.
Absolutely.
Nathan, the rest is history.
Adventure.
It's been an incredible meeting between the two of us, and it's been very creative.
But we've had ups and downs.
We've had lots of ups and downs.
We've lost everything and not had anything, so, you know.
But yeah, we've pulled each other along, and it's been an amazing relationship so far.
There you go. And Michelle, from that, do you find yourself having an increased interest in cars from Mike, or has that not even changed?
No, Mike gets itches about cars, and then he just goes off and has to get the car, and then it's gone, and then it's another itch. He gets itches. He's got a Porsche at the moment that is an itch.
Yeah, I've got a Porsche. I've got a buddy. That goes to this college, and I made him a promise that I will buy the best Porsche in the world, which is a Porsche 964 Turbo. A Porsche 964 Turbo, and I promised him I will take him for a ride in it, and
blow his hair.
I've managed to not only buy the car, it's currently undergoing a intense restoration, and I can't wait for the day that I can put my buddy beside me and we can go and hit the road.
It's going to be like a singer, isn't it?
And finally, do you argue over who has the better car taste?
No, I'd drive anything as long as the key. I'm not into all that. As long as it goes backwards and forwards, I'm happy.
No, I like a car to be a reflection of my personality, so I always try to, I have nice cars. I've always got nice cars around me. We own a car business, so it'd be rude for us not to be, plucking cars off the forecourt that we enjoy and we like to drive.
There you go. So, Mike, when it comes to fixing cars, how practical are you now?
Very, yes. I mean, a lot of people, when they see me on TV, they see me as the dealer. I'm the person that buys the cars, buys the parts and sells the cars. And we have a mechanic, my co-host Elvis, in the workshop. He does the mechanical side of it. But a lot of people don't know the actual truth behind the program is I'm a fully qualified, fully trained mechanic, and I can rip a car down and put it back together. I've done several of my own cars over the years, pulled them apart, fixed them, put them back together. And on Wheeler Dealers, when the cameras are cut, you can often find me in the workshop getting stuck in. Yeah, but that's not my role in the show. My role in the show is the dealer. But yeah, there's been plenty of times you have seen me get stuck in on the show, but people still don't translate that. I'm a real bona fide mechanic.
And Michelle, do you find yourself getting involved in fixing the cars?
No, I just get in and turn the key and go.
I'm so always leave all that to Mike.
Yeah, I'm always trying to get somewhere.
I can't even get her to wash the car, Nathan, let alone fix it.
So, over the years, has anything gone seriously wrong while fixing or restoring a car? something that you or your co-host thought, this won't make the edit and get thrown out?
There's been a few over the years. We've had some challenges. I always say cars are like, petulant children. They've got their own personality. Some cars, when I go to stand in front of a car and for the TV show, I can see that the car is screaming at me to restore it. It's saying, please, please, please buy me, Mike. I want to be saved.
He says they talk to him.
They do talk to me. I feel like I've got this weird relationship with cars that I can have a conversation with them. I drive them down the road and they communicate back to me. And it sounds weird, but it's true. And with cars, some of them are screaming at me to restore them. And they will come into the workshop and they will literally fall apart. They will, every bolt will undo, every screw will come off easy, all the parts are fit nicely back onto it, and it gets restored and saved. Where on the flip side of that, there are some cars that just don't want to be restored. I can stand in front of them and they're saying to me, don't touch me, don't come near me. They're putting on boxing gloves and they'll have a fight. They'll have a fight with me. They will challenge me to not take them away and not to fix them up. And if I've decided that I'm still going to have a go with this car and bring them into the workshop, they will fight every step of the way. The bolts won't undo, the screws won't come out, the panels won't fit on properly, they will bruise your fingers, they will scrape your nails. And they will challenge you every step of the way, and you have to wrestle them back into restoration. There are two distinct flavours of cars, and I've met both, unfortunately. So we've had some problems over the years on Wheeler Dealers where cars are put on the gloves and given us a fight, but we're so good at doing our TV show, you haven't noticed that.
Exactly, yes. And have either of you, you worked on, or have either of you sold a car for someone famous or done something for someone famous?
There's been a few over the years. I've been contacted by, I sold Frank Bruno, the boxer, a car, Gary Mason, who was another boxer, a car, Sandy Torstick, the lady that is doing your job on TV. QI. I've sold her a car. Jason Connery, Sean Connery's son.
We've advised a lot of people.
We've advised a lot of people, people like the Arctic Monkeys, Suggs from Madness, we've advised him. Lucy Benjamin from EastEnders. We've got lots of celebrity friends that will reach out to us and ask us for advice on buying and selling cars. Over the years, we've had this good relationship where people can trust us, to come to us for information.
So, Mike, you've obviously worked in sport with lots of different organisations, like Coventry Transport Museum. What does that connection mean to you both?
I think it's really important. For me and Michelle, we're in a position of privilege. Being what we do on TV, it puts us in a media spotlight. Our show is a global show, goes around the planet. And me and Michelle get asked to do a lot of things that contribute back to a community. And for Coventry Transport Museum, for me and Michelle, that was a chance to become the patrons of the museum, and a chance for us to give back to the community, as in to make sure that the museum doors stay open, make sure that people can come and enjoy the amazing vehicles and the exhibits that are on offer. We also are the patrons of several charities, one of them being the Sporting Bears, which is a motor organisation where people get to drive their cars and enjoy them, but take somebody in the passenger seat, and they pay for that ride in the passenger seat. And this year we've raised £4 million, which is an incredible number, and all of that goes to children's charities. And we also do two big charities in the US. One we're off to next month, which is to support marine life. Of all things, you might think, somebody like me and Michelle, maybe not interested in the environment or ecology, but it's very important to me and Michelle. We thought with the organisers, if you've got a Stingray car, why not save a Stingray with a car? So bring your Stingray along to a car show and save a Stingray. And that's grown over the years to now me and Michelle, we host this show in the US in Delray Beach. And it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal event. And another big one that we do in the US helps disadvantaged children that have been through a drug rehabilitation program. That's called the Benedict Castle Concourse. That's in California. And me and Michelle, we get to host that every year. Michelle does the ladies, and I certainly look after the car guys.
Yeah.
And it's a phenomenal event where we have an 83% success rate that the kids that go through this drug rehabilitation program won't go back into drugs. They go on to live full and healthy. You meet them, they go on to live full and healthy lives, and we're so proud of those events that we do. And as I say, you know, because of who we are, we get a chance to be put in this position of privilege, and we like to give back. Me and Michelle, we do like to give back.
And Seesaw.
And Seesaw, yes, another charity for bereavement counselling. We're the patrons of that. That's a really good charity as well. So we're very proud of that.
There you go. So then, looking back, I'll ask you both individually. So Mike, you first. What have you found has been the biggest challenge in your career, your working life? So,
well, the biggest challenge for somebody like me and for Michelle, and I'm pretty sure for any celebrity like me on the TV, is social media. You know, social media can be a tool for good, and it can really help you in terms of putting you out there, creating awareness for your programs, promoting what you're doing, reaching out for advice. I use social media a lot to ask people for advice, or, you know, what cars they'd like to see next on Wheeler Dealers. But the flip side to social media is the nasty side of it. And that's a challenge. You know, every day when you wake up, we all reach for our phones. I'm pretty sure you and your audience do. And when you reach for your phone and there's some nasty comments that are unfounded, nasty comments, that really does take an effect not only on me, but it also then affects the charities, the organisations that we represent. It damages the brand that we created with Wheeler Dealers globally. Plus, it also damages the network that we work for, Discovery Channel. And we've been there for 23 years at Discovery Channel, and it's a long relationship. And I'm pretty sure they don't want to see that when I wake up in the morning, because I fixed the car the day before on television, that people took offence to that and would reach out on social media and say nasty things. And recently...
Yeah, but I don't think they realise you read every comment.
Yeah, I do
from
read
everyone
them
around
because
the world.
it's important, because it might be a positive comment. But Michelle is now seeing that for the first time, because now Michelle's in the spotlight, and she's just my charming, wonderful wife. But some of the cruel things...
I don't read it.
Some of the cruel things that they will say, and it's purely from a position of jealousy. You know, I've got a beautiful wife and a lovely family, and it comes from a position of jealousy. But that is the main challenge that we face today, is definitely social media.
But their profiles, they're all married and got children, aren't they?
Yeah, they
all
are
sort of
strange.
normal people.
Yeah.
Normal
You
people.
think, why are they doing that? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, let's go with, again, Michelle. You said that you don't read every comment.
No.
Let's steer away from that.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say your biggest challenge has been then?
I'm always trying to get somewhere. That's my challenge, you know, it's driving mad.
Yeah.
I'm always I'm very black and white, straight and direct, and don't go around the houses. So if we're doing it, we're doing it. If we're not, I'm somewhere else. I'm like that. I'm a driving force that drives him mad.
She does do that, I can tell you.
He's had an adventure since I walked into his showroom.
I think I've just got another grey hair being here, Nathan.
He wants to retire and live in a bungalow. No, thank you. I'm not living in a bungalow or retiring. I've got plenty of time to do that. Thank you.
So, when you were both growing up, who were your automotive heroes?
Oh, that's a good one. I suppose it's going to be... I probably can speak for Michelle here as well at the same time.
He does that a lot.
I do that a lot because, you know, from our era, you know, we are getting on a bit, me and Michelle now. There was only one...
I can't believe that.
I know, thank you, Nathan. I know, we do look younger than our years. But for me and Michelle, I suppose there was only one automotive hero that we had on, that everyone knew, which was Sterling Moss. And... we fortunately, again, you know, I don't want to say this and be a blasé about it, but we fortunately had the chance to
create friendship.
Create a friendship with Sir Sterling Moss, and I got to interview him very much like you do. You're doing here. I interviewed him several times on a big main stage at an event, and we got to know the guy. And he's probably
used to interview him every time.
Every time, I still think in the automotive world, he probably is other than sort of Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Sir Sterling Moss is probably the most famous automotive icon on the planet.
Can I ask as well, has he influenced the way you think or feel about cars now?
Well, he made me drive faster, that was for sure. He's a Sterling Moss. There was a time when we were growing up, if you got caught speeding by the police, before they had radar guns, the police, the first thing they would say to you is, who do you think you are, Sterling Moss? And I'm pretty sure that happened to him once, and he said, well, I am actually. He certainly made me drive faster. Plus, I suppose, getting to know him, you realise what a dignified gentleman he was. He was an incredibly dignified gentleman. He didn't let the fame and celebrity change who he was. And I think me and Michelle you can very much see we're very much the same people we were when we met 36 years ago. We've not let fame and celebrity change us one bit.
We just speak posher because we live up.
We may speak slightly posher.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it on for you.
Cockney voice.
Good. So I'll ask each of you again, starting with you, Mike. Out of the cars you've worked on or owned, have you got a favourite? Have you got one that you regret selling?
So a favourite, most definitely. There's two questions really, because I have a favourite, which is the car that we currently have.
There you go.
Which is the
Itch in Poland.
Itch, which is the 1991 Porsche 964 Turbo.
Took a year or more to find that.
That was an incredibly tough car to find because it's such a rare car. So that's definitely my favourite, and I think it will remain my favourite for many years. And the one that I would say I regret, there's been a few regrets in my life. But we also did a beautiful, me and Michelle bought a wonderful little Porsche 912, which we restored. It was in enamel blue, and we restored it, and it was a wonderful little car. But we bought a house that needed a new roof, so we had to sell some cars, and I had to sell a few of my Porsches, and I regret selling that car still today because that was a very special car. I probably could never buy it back. They've increased in value so much I could never buy it back. But that was the one that got away.
Michelle, how about you? What have you found your favourite? Are you sticking with his
No,
answer?
I don't get attached to cars.
There you go.
As long as they go, I'm happy. I don't really have a favourite car at all. If I can nick it and sell it and make a bargain, profit, I'm happy.
Well, perfect person.
Oh, absolutely.
So, from the TV and movie world, if you could own a car from any film, any TV programme, what would that be?
God. Have a guess. Can you not guess?
That's an amazing question.
Say?
That is an amazing question. Nobody's ever asked me that before, but it's such a good one.
Think about it.
Yeah, no, not really. I've got the car in my head already.
Bang, is it?
It would most definitely be Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that in my head, It
was Chitty Chitty Bang because it's the most magical.
Watch that film
every year,
over and over.
It's the best film ever. It's my favourite film, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. It's just the most. It's a story about a car that changes the fortunes of a family and saves the world at the same time. And a car did that. It's just incredible. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. If not, Bad Boys, because they got a Porsche 911 in it.
He likes to make us watch it.
Yes.
And how about you, Michelle?
Ask me the question again.
So if you could choose a car from a movie. Starsky and Hutch, that red car with the Torino.
No, I'm not
Mad
really.
Max.
No, I don't really get attached to cars.
Say Bad Boys so I could have that Porsche in the garage as well.
No, I haven't really got a car at all.
James
as long
Bond.
as it goes.
How about James Bond?
The submarine car from the Spy Love You.
Yeah, how about that?
That'd be so cool.
I mean, James Bond drove a 2CV.
I know that was, a great scene, but terrible.
Terrible car.
Terrible car. Bouncing off everything.
Sunbeam, he drove a Sunbeam Alpine. James Bond, that was his first ever car.
Yeah.
I don't get issues about cars.
No, you don't.
No. Sorry.
So maybe a bit more of a difficult question. We'll see.
Yeah.
When Wheeler Dealer sent to America, that was obviously a big move. How did that first play out for you, Mike? What went into that decision?
Well, it was a good decision actually by the network. So Wheeler Dealers is a global show, as we've said, and it was playing since 2008. It started to play internationally all over the world. It's created in 2002. Started to air in 2003. By the time we get to 2008, it's international, and it was a hit globally. It was a hit. For Discovery Channel, and me and Michelle, we started to notice that we had fans from all over the world now writing to us on social media and saying, you know, when can you come to our country and do a car? And the majority of them come from North America. So we started to take all of those comments from people and cut, paste and copy them, and we added them to a document that Michelle sent to Discovery Channel, and said, look, you know, maybe we should think about making a series in America because we're inundated with Americans.
Plus I was sending merchandise and wrapping up
merchandise, lots of it to America. So we get to 2013. And I've been asked by Discovery Channel to go to Las Vegas and host a big stage event in Las Vegas for them. And when we was in Las Vegas, the audience went crazy for us, and they absolutely loved what we did on stage, and the Discovery bosses were all in the audience as well, and they could see the popularity that we had, and that night they took me for a cocktail or 10. Got me a little bit twisted, and they said, how would you feel about moving to America and bringing Wheeler Dealers here? And after you've had 10 cocktails that are $50 each,
really want to
I'll do whatever you want. The rest is history. We landed in America in 2014. We stayed there up until 2020. We would still be there. We would still be there today if it wasn't for the pandemic. We would still be there. But we came back in 2020 because of the pandemic, and managed to regenerate the show again back in the UK. But the period of time we was in the US, I absolutely loved it. We made some amazing shows, did some incredible adventures. I travelled more across America than Americans.
So I don't realise how big it is.
I've seen more of it than anybody else, and we made so many good friends there as well. Hence the reason why we're always popping back.
So you went over there as well with Mike?
Yes, I was there the whole time, on set every day, doing all my what's happenings and videos.
Behind the scene things,
And we had two lives. We had everything there in the home and everything here in the home, and we used to dart backwards and forwards. It was quite strange, really.
It was strange, but it was very, very exciting. Just to put a cherry on top of that, there's nothing difficult about living on the beach in California. It's very nice.
Can I just say, the world is very small. When I was a kid, I went to America, and it seemed like a massive adventure. And today, you jump on the plane, by the time you sit down, you're getting off it. It's really bizarre, isn't it?
So, when have you found technical difficulties while recording or shooting?
Well, we've had a few. Making Wheeler Dealers has been, sometimes you're making it in the rain, in the storm, and you can't stop that. You know, if we're out on location and there's a storm, a technical difficulty could be the cameras don't work, or the sound recording breaks down. We've had other technical issues with cars failing us, on the show, where they don't work. But I suppose one of the most famous technical issues me and Michelle had was when we interviewed Jay Leno, who's quite possibly the world's best interviewer. We was out in California. Jay invited us over for an interview.
He's got an amazing car collection.
Incredible car collection.
He's seen it.
He walked us around it. I've been around it several times.
Huge.
We had a digital recorder with a couple of microphones, a camera with a recorder, and I was all set. So we had the wide shot, we had the digital recorder. We sat down with Jay just like this, and we did this amazing interview where he told these great stories. And half an hour into the interview, I noticed that the digital recorder, the numbers had just frozen. So I thought, oh, that's locked, but don't worry, I've still got the camera, and that's got a good microphone on it. So I pulled my phone out and set my phone to record the voice. And put that down. So Jay carried on talking for the next 30 minutes. The interview was over after I picked up the digital recorder, and the numbers are frozen, and the only way to stop it was to pull the batteries out. So I lost all the data, so I had nothing on the recorder, so that broke me. So I thought, no worries, I've got the camera as a backup, and I must have touched the button on the back of the camera as I set it down, because it was in time-lapse mode, so it didn't record any audio. So all I had was the last 30 minutes on my phone, so I've missed out of an hour-long interview with the remarkable Jay Leno. I got the last 30 minutes and no pictures to go with it. So I completely and utterly blew it with the world's greatest interviewer. So how embarrassing.
And next, obviously, the motoring world and what you do has changed a lot with new ideas and content creation. How do you see the industry evolving?
It's really exciting at the moment. Me and Michelle have been very much, we've seen this change. We embraced social media before there was any social media. Back in 2002, there was MySpace. There was nothing else. We were one of the first people on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now X. So we're very much early adopters, and we've run along with that. But now we've got these new content creators on YouTube. Lots of them have come to me and Michelle for advice and support. We've created some as well. Ones that we've supported, like Auto Alex, who's got a fabulous YouTube channel and following. We supported him. Tavarish, which is in America, we're very much supportive of what he does as well. The likes of Matt Armstrong's doing incredible stuff in the UK. Mark McCann, also a good friend of ours, doing incredible stuff. So yeah, it's really nice to see this young generation of influencers and YouTubers coming through. And they've basically changed the landscape for us, because TV from my generation is
but
very.
You were the first car show.
We're the very first. We sort of started it, and we're the genesis of that car Fix It program. But when we started to do it, we'd have 2 cameras, producers, directors. There'd be researchers back at screen, back at the shots. It was a big production. In America we have 43 people on America in production in America. But these YouTubers just do it with their friend and a GoPro, or a camera on their phone. And that's sort of changed the landscape now of how we make TV. And TV has now become much more focused down, and I think more intimate and better as a result of what's happening on YouTube. We can now be much more reactive to stuff that's happening in the marketplace, and we can film stuff much quicker. And we realise we don't need all the fluff that goes around in the background. You can concentrate down with a very small, talented bunch of people and researchers, a producer, and you can come up with a really good format and a really good idea quite quickly.
So, this might be one more for you, Michelle. Taking us behind the scenes of one of Mike's programs, tell us about the process of making it. Where all the cuts you got, obviously, in Wheeler Dealers, you lay everything out as Born Dealer as well, and all of that stuff. What goes into that? What do you see behind the scenes, and what do you?
I see a lot behind the scenes.
Making it.
Michelle was very much behind the scenes.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big process, but
Michael would get interviewed by people, and one day I thought, that doesn't seem very good, the interview. So I said, I'm going to start doing what's happenings. So I got my phone and I went, what's happening? Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you going? And ever since then, I just grab him or anyone he's with. I don't care if they're famous or not, and I just go into one, don't I?
But behind the scenes on Wheeler Dealers, which was the question, it's like, it's a machine, isn't it?
It's a machine. There's a team of people keeping everyone happy and energised and looking after them, because you get good days and bad days, don't you? You can be on the side of a road in 100 degrees in America, and then you could be in Brighton freezing to death, couldn't you?
You can, I mean, look, the process of all TV, and it's something that I will talk to you about, no doubt, later on. The process of all TV is being able to tell a good story. All stories, great stories. Snow White as a a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah.
And so for our car shows, they have to have a really good story behind them. So it starts with, what car are we going to do? So I would sit and choose the car that I want to work with the producers and with my co-presenter. But we'll narrow down a bank of cars that we want to focus on. And once we've chosen our target car, there has to be a reason to do it. You know, it just can't be, you know, an Audi Q5. There's no reason to do that. They don't go wrong. They're great cars. So there's nothing to fix. It'll be boring TV. So, you know, you're more likely to choose a Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark 1. You know, that car's got problems. You know, it could have problems with the suspension, with the exhaust system. The interior could be tatty by now. So you end up with a car that's got indicative problems. So we need to tell the story of not only the car and why it's important, but also the problems along the way that other people would have faced, and we can help them fix their problems by watching us. So that's the creative process of choosing the car and choosing the story.
Finding the car.
We just need to make sure that the story has got, that was the beginning and the start. The story's got to have a middle, which is, you know, are we achieving what we set out to do in the program? Did I find the right parts? Are the parts fitting onto the car? And then the end is where we take the car for a big final test drive up a hill, test its power after we fixed it all, and that's the resolution, and that's the end and the sale. So it's a start, middle, and end. It's a part of good storytelling.
There you go. Can I briefly ask about time frame as well? Just like how long this is
one episode takes 8 days.
There you go. And then editing as well. How long down the line do you get to see
it's a strange algorithm for editing.
Yeah.
So one episode takes 8 days. So I just want you to think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
I want you to think about. So you tell me your question should be. So you're telling me that you can buy a bucket of bolts and 8 days later have a fully restored car.
Exactly.
I mean, that's quite a monumental task to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But we are such a fine machine at Wheeler Dealers. We do it. And I'm not saying it's 8 days continuously. It could be 1 day of filming in the workshop, 2 days in the paint booth, 3 days back in the workshop, 1 day on the but that might be spread across a month. And there'll be other days in between where I'm filming the other shows. Yeah. So we get 8 days budget per program. The edit is a different algorithm. So the way the edit works is show 1 would get probably 5 weeks of editing time. One show would get 5 weeks of editing time. And that's because we and the network and everybody else wants to make sure that the first show is exactly what we want it to be. The second show would get 4 weeks of editing time. So you don't need 5 or 6 weeks, you need probably 3 or 4 weeks on the second show to make sure we're on the right path. But then every show thereafter only gets 1 week. Because once we've got the format correct and we've got it how we want it, it should be just the same every week. So we get it down to...
Is that the same with globally going around the world?
It's the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same. And that's most television works that way. Born Dealer had 8 weeks for the first episode, 6 weeks for the second, and 1 week for the remaining 4.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the future motoring? Electric cars, self-driving cars?
Ask Michael about electric cars. My gosh.
Well, it's going to be horrible, isn't it?
Just put the fuel in and off you go.
It's going to be horrible. It's not going to be nice. I mean, cars, I think cars, ICE cars, internal combustion engine, ICE cars, will be here forever.
Yeah.
And they're not going to disappear. They're not going to go away. I've had an electric car.
That was interesting.
We had an electric Porsche and... amazing piece of technology, incredibly fast, all the rest of it. And I loved it initially.
What was the main thing that drove you mad?
It's just you can't charge it.
Where am I going to charge it? Where am I going to... It drove me mad.
You couldn't charge it anywhere.
Just put petrol in and go.
See everyone with electric cars now planning out their journeys. I'm going to stop here, we're going to stop here.
I've never seen anyone so stressful over a car.
And they also removed at the same time the soul of the car. Because, a car... you're of a generation, probably you, Nathan, and maybe the students in this college are of a generation, they won't ever see a manual gearbox. You know, they'll just be automatic.
Windows.
Because electric cars are all automatic because it's just electric
you get in a car
motor.
today, you need a degree of how to turn it on. Where's the put the key in and go? That's mad.
That's why I love my classics, Michelle.
You're there for half an hour trying to work out what to do.
That's why I love my classics. So yeah, I think the future of motoring is probably good for the planet, obviously. But you know, there's a lot of stuff they're not telling us about. You know, mining batteries isn't the most ecological thing to do and the environmentally friendly thing to do. Remember, they get mined in certain parts of the world. Those batteries need to be put on huge chips with
a couple 100,000 miles before they even got to a factory.
Exactly. So there's a lot they're not telling us about, you know, about the electric car world and the way that we're making cars. You can see at the moment in the UK, China, a swamp in the UK market with cheap, affordable electric cars and alternatively fuel cars, hybrids, and you can see the Chinese government getting us used to seeing these new brands on the street like Armada and JQ. They're getting us used to seeing these on the street, and so they become normal to us. And you know, younger generation might aspire to own one. But honestly, if you jump behind the wheel of my Porsche 964, you would think the world's gone mad, because that's what a car should be.
Yeah, there you go. So, what music do you listen to in the car, both of you? So, Mike, what's your go-to?
My go-to music in a car is most definitely the greatest singer-songwriter of my generation. I will stand in a room and fight with anyone who said he's not, and that's Mr. Paul Weller, who is incredible, and I love listening to him when I'm on the road.
And Michelle, who's your go-to listen to?
I don't listen to music in general, but if I like a song, I repeat, and everyone knows the words around me. Even my Uncle Paul, who's in his 80s, he gets to know the song. So I don't really listen to music, but when I like a song, I'll be playing it over and over again.
And who normally wins in a car?
Michelle,
I'm
not allowed to tap on the steering wheel. I'm not allowed to listen to music.
That's drive.
Michelle has to have news radio on.
I like to listen to the radio and know what's going on in the world.
As soon as we get
there, you only listen to music, and then suddenly you're drinking out of a bone china white cup, and you're listening to LBC.
Because I've got no choice. I have no choice. I would rather be bouncing down the road listening to Mr. Paul Weller, but I'm not allowed.
Yes, you are. Well,
I'm not allowed.
So
I'm not allowed.
So
we're in the car together. Put the radio on. If I tap on the steering wheel, what are you tapping for? I'm not allowed.
I can't stand tapping. Drives me mad.
You're there to drive.
Correct. Correct.
He goes backwards when he drives.
I like to drive within the speed limit. I've got a license I want to keep.
Drives like an old woman.
I do.
He does.
So finally, looking ahead, what's your plans for the future? Do you have more TV shows lined up, more content creation? Are you plan on settling back and retiring? What do?
All of those things.
You both want separately.
All of those things you just said are very much in our immediate future.
In the bungalow.
Immediate future.
Your to-do list.
My to-do list.
More TV, more content.
This year we're planning on making another series of Wheeler Dealers World Tour. There'll be 4 episodes in Japan, North America, Canada, Hungary, Germany, France again.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So that's another big series this year.
That'd be incredible.
Plus we've got another series with another network for the first time in 23 years. I've been asked to work with another network to do a series helping people restore their own classic cars, which I'm very looking forward to doing. And plus, we've got another series in America, which is me touring around the world, looking at what makes the classic car world great. So meeting fabricators, trimmers, workshops, people that remake engines, going around. It's called Mike Brewer's Motoring World. We've done it before, but they've asked me to do it again. So we might be doing that. But also, I'm looking to semi-retire at the same time as all this work.
He comes in, I hear this.
At the same time as all this work.
He needs people and he needs to talk. Otherwise he drives me mad.
I'm working towards, this is towards the swan song of my years.
Swan song?
The swan song.
What's that?
It's the last song you'll ever sing before you shuffle off this mortal coil. And I very much, although it doesn't look like it because we bicker, we bicker all the time. I'm very much looking forward to spending more time arguing with Michelle by ourselves in our house. So I'm very much looking forward to spending more time together.
Before you go on,
can I just say, when I speak to Michael, he doesn't hear me. He has this thing.
God, here we go. It's like a broken record.
Yeah, we'll just have a conversation.
He talks to everyone around the world. Oh, that's where I bought that. That's where you get this. Oh, this is where you go. And he doesn't even hear me when I speak.
Come on,
and
stick
I
up for
tell
me,
him
folks.
stuff, and he says I've got Alzheimer's. And yet I tell him, and he's globally going around the world.
How did I put myself in this? Anyway, it was a great 36 years, but it's over.
You reckon?
Can I just say, he's like a sticky bogey. I can't get rid of him. He's still here.
Okay.
No, that's real.
There you go.
Funny.
Well, a massive thank you to Mike and Michelle for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've got to say, we could talk for hours.
Yeah, we could.
Exactly.
We could have done.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for asking us to come.
Yeah, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you as well.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, a huge thank you to you for watching as well. If you enjoyed this interview, don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment with your thoughts or who you'd like to see next below. We'll be back soon with another guest, another conversation, and more stories you won't hear anywhere else. Until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.